Have you ever wondered why, in some of the wealthiest countries in the world, so many people still struggle to get ahead financially? It's a tough question, but today we're going to explore 7 common reasons why people in the Western world can get stuck in a cycle of poverty or financial instability. This isn't about blaming anyone. It's about understanding the system and the habits that hold us back. First up, the debt trap. From student loans to credit cards and car payments, debt has become totally normalized. We're encouraged to borrow for everything, but high interest rates can quickly spiral, turning a small debt into a mountain. You end up working just to pay off interest, not to build your own wealth. It's a modern form of servitude that keeps you running on a treadmill. Second is the lack of financial education. Think about it. Did you learn about budgeting, investing, or taxes in high school? Probably not. We learn advanced math, but not how to manage our own money. This knowledge gap is huge. Without understanding how money works, it's almost impossible to make it work for you. You're essentially playing a game without knowing the rules. Reason number 3, lifestyle inflation. You get a raise, and what's the first thing you do? Upgrade your car, your apartment, your phone. Instead of saving or investing the extra income, your expenses rise to meet it. This is called lifestyle inflation, and it's a major reason why even high earners can live paycheck to paycheck. They're constantly moving the goalposts on themselves, never actually getting ahead. The 4th reason is the high cost of living, especially for essentials. Housing, healthcare, and education costs have skyrocketed in many Western countries. Even with a decent job, a huge chunk of your income can be eaten up by just these 3 things. This leaves very little room for savings, emergencies, or investments, forcing people to live on the financial edge. Next, number 5, relying on a single source of income. The idea of having one stable job for life is becoming a thing of the past. Relying on a single paycheck is risky. A layoff, an illness, or a company downsizing could wipe out your only source of money overnight. Financially successful people often have multiple streams of income, a side hustle, investments, or a small business to create a safety net. The 6th reason is a short-term mindset. We live in a world of instant gratification. We want things now, and we're willing to go into debt for them. This focus on immediate pleasure often comes at the expense of long-term financial health. Saving and investing require patience and discipline. It means saying no to something you want today for a much bigger reward tomorrow. It's a trade-off many struggle to make. Finally, the 7th reason, fear of investing. The stock market can seem intimidating, and stories of people losing everything make many afraid to even start. So they leave their money in a savings account where it barely grows, or worse, loses value over time due to inflation. But investing isn't just for the rich. It's the most powerful tool the average person has to build real generational wealth. So there you have it. The debt trap, a lack of financial education, lifestyle inflation, high living costs, a single income source, a short-term mindset, and a fear of investing. Recognizing these traps is the first step to avoiding them. It's about making conscious choices to break the cycle. Thanks for watching, and if you found this helpful, be sure to like and subscribe for more content to help you master your money. See you next time. Ever wondered why, even in wealthy Western countries, so many people struggle to escape poverty? It's a tough question, and the answers are more complex than you might think. It's not just about not working hard enough. Today, we're diving deep into 7 key reasons why people in the Western world can get stuck in a cycle of poverty. Stick around, because understanding these reasons is the first step to breaking free. First up, the crushing weight of debt. I'm talking about more than just a mortgage. Student loans, credit card debt, car loans. It's a constant drain. Imagine starting your career tens or even hundreds of thousands of dollars in the hole. Every paycheck, a huge chunk, goes to interest, not building wealth. This debt isn't just a number on a screen. It's a massive psychological burden that limits your choices. It forces you into jobs you don't like just to make payments, and it makes it nearly impossible to save for emergencies or investments. It's like trying to run a race with a ball and chain attached to your ankle. The second reason is the stagnation of wages. You've probably heard your parents or grandparents talk about how they could buy a house and support a family on a single income. Well, times have changed. For decades, the cost of living, housing, health care, education has skyrocketed. But for many people, wages haven't kept up. So even if you get a small raise, it's often wiped out by inflation. You're working just as hard, maybe even harder, but your purchasing power is shrinking. It feels like you're running faster and faster on a treadmill, but you're not actually going anywhere. This makes it incredibly difficult to get ahead, no matter how disciplined you are with your budget. Reason number 3 is a lack of financial literacy. We're taught algebra and history in school, but how many of us were taught how to budget, how to invest, or how compound interest works? This knowledge gap is huge. People make financial decisions every single day, but many are doing it without a proper roadmap. They fall for predatory loans, don't know how to build credit responsibly, and are intimidated by the stock market. Without understanding the basic rules of the money game, it's almost impossible to win. It's like being dropped into a foreign country without knowing the language. You're at a serious disadvantage from the very beginning. Next, let's talk about the poverty trap of low-wage work, or what some call the working poor. These are the people working full-time, sometimes multiple jobs, but still can't make ends meet. Think about retail workers, fast food employees, or caregivers. These jobs are essential to our economy, but they often come with low pay, irregular hours, and no benefits like health insurance or paid sick leave. Getting sick can mean losing a week's pay, and a sudden car repair can become a major financial crisis. There's no safety net. And because you're so exhausted from working all the time, you have no energy or resources left to look for better opportunities or get the training you need to move up. The fifth reason is the soaring cost of essentials, especially housing and health care. In many major cities, rent alone can eat up half of a person's income. This leaves very little for food, transportation, and everything else. When you're spending that much just to keep a roof over your head, saving is a fantasy. And then there's health care. In countries without universal coverage, a single medical emergency can lead to bankruptcy. Even with insurance, co-pays and deductibles can be devastating. People are forced to choose between their health and their finances, a choice no one should ever have to make. Reason number 6 is a weak or non-existent social network. This is something we don't talk about enough. Your network is your net worth, right? Well, if you're born into a community with limited resources and connections, your opportunities are automatically limited. You don't have an uncle who can get you an internship or a friend whose parents can give you business advice. You don't have a support system to fall back on if you lose your job. Wealthy families pass down not just money, but also social capital, the connections and knowledge that open doors. Without that, you're navigating a very complex world all on your own, and it's much easier to fall through the cracks. Finally, the 7th reason is the psychological impact of poverty. Living in a constant state of financial stress takes a huge toll on your mental health. It can lead to anxiety, depression, and a feeling of hopelessness. This isn't about a poverty mindset. It's a natural human response to scarcity and instability. When your brain is constantly in survival mode, focused on where the next meal is coming from or how you'll pay rent, you have limited mental bandwidth for long-term planning, creativity, or risk-taking. It creates a feedback loop. Stress leads to poor decision-making, which can worsen your financial situation, leading to more stress. If you're ever feeling this way, please remember there are resources available, and talking to a professional can make a world of difference. So there you have it, 7 powerful forces that keep people trapped in poverty in the Western world. It's a complex web of debt, stagnant wages, lack of financial education, low-wage jobs, high living costs, limited social networks, and the psychological toll of it all. Recognizing these systemic issues is the first step toward creating change, both for ourselves and for society. It's not about blame. It's about understanding. Thanks for watching. I hope this gave you some valuable perspective. If you found this helpful, please hit that like button and subscribe for more content that breaks down the big issues. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. See you in the next one.